Well, many of you had a blast taking photos of the snow across the inland Northwest. You can see just a few sites here. Looks like they could be from backyards to crosstowns. Hey, we got a puppers in there too. Just a few pictures sent in by all of you today. We want to let you know how much we love all of your photos, and it's easy to send them our way. Just head to the Near Me section of our KREM 2 app, and we might just feature it on TV, especially if you've got a pup just like this one. Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 News. First at 4, I'm Joshua Robinson. Whitney and Tom have the night off. Most people got out to see a few inches of snow today. Let's check in with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. How much longer is this going to stick around, Thomas?
Yeah, actually the snow has been a little bit stubborn even into the PM hours. We knew there would be at least a few scattered showers, but it's centered almost directly on Spokane County and what was actually the first December snowfall across the region. So here's Doppler radar. It doesn't look like much is happening, but basically right in the heart of Spokane through Coeur d'Alene, the valley's getting some, as well as parts of Cheney. Just that persistent snowfall, which might last a couple more hours here, but it should be out of the way before we hit the weekend hours overall. But the snow is creating a little bit of some light fog, especially between Deer Park, Spokane, and all the way down the I-90 corridor. Not dense fog, but certainly some reduced visibilities. Please make sure to turn your headlights to on. Saw quite a few people not have headlights on during the snowfall earlier this afternoon, so please do that, especially now that we are after sunset anyways. The snow's only going to last for a couple more hours. It's going to be a cloudy night tonight, but this weekend, more snow on the way. We'll get a break for Saturday, more on the way for Sunday. So I'll show you just how much more snow we're going to add with our second December snowfall for this weekend and just how active of a week we are in for next week, all coming up in just a few minutes.
A lot to look out for, Thomas. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Tonight, we are hearing from those close to Emily Bozzi. She is the co-founder and publisher of Spokane Coeur d'Alene Living magazine, who recently died battling the coronavirus. Charlie Brewer is the co-founder of local nonprofit called Beyond Pink, and it aims to educate and provide access to life-saving technology to detect breast cancer. And she says Emily was a force for good in this community, whose work helped so many people and nonprofits across our region. Charlie says news of Emily's death was shocking.
I still sat there waiting for somebody to correct the wrong news for pretty much a whole day. Because I just assumed it could not happen to somebody so healthy and vital and impactful, and I think we all think that. I think that our whole community is sitting in a form of denial, and it's sobering.
Emily's husband, Vince, is still in the hospital, also battling COVID-19. Charlie says the nonprofit community and well beyond it are all pulling for him to recover. We are continuing to track the COVID-19 outbreaks across our area jail facilities. Today, 83 inmates are COVID positive at the Geiger Corrections Facility. That's about 61% of the current inmate population. However, 4 of the 83 of them will be moving out of isolation soon because they have reportedly recovered and tested negative. Director Mike Sparber says he is optimistic that the current number of positive cases will decline. But the Spokane Regional Health District expects to see the overall case totals increase as more test results come in.
Expect to see additional positives with testing, but as we've had more and more people testing positive throughout the test rounds, then there are, fewer to remain that have yet to test positive. So I expect to see additional positives, but not at the rate that we have seen thus far.
Our own Amanda Rowley will have more on the outbreak at Geiger tonight at 5 o'clock. We have new information for you tonight. 15 people have died from COVID-19 after an outbreak at a long-term care facility in Grant County. Now, this comes after nearly 300 people attended a wedding outside of Ritzville, calling it now a super spreader event. 3 wedding guests unknowingly had COVID-19 while they were working at a long-term facility in Moses Lake. And though the 15 deaths are not said to be directly linked to the wedding, health officials say 1 death at a long-term care facility in Ephrata was directly linked to a wedding guest. The Grant County Health District says 61 COVID-19 cases have been tied to that November 7th wedding as of numbers yesterday. 50 of the cases were Grant County residents, while 11 cases were among 2 Washington counties. Today, the Spokane Regional Health District is reporting 345 new COVID-19 cases. There are 2 new deaths, bringing the overall total number of deaths to 299. 62% of people who have had COVID in Spokane County have recovered. 121 Spokane County residents are currently hospitalized. A government advisory panel has voted to recommend the widespread use of the coronavirus vaccine from Pfizer and BioNTech. Now, that vote came yesterday as the nation continues to face a record number of daily deaths. The Food and Drug Administration is now expected to follow suit, and officials say the authorization could come as soon as some point today. Some hospitals have already been sent vaccine kits that contain syringes, masks, and a diluting agent.
We'll be able to start rolling up sleeves and giving vaccine as soon as we have approval.
UPS says it's a 3-step process that's already underway to deliver the vaccine. Step 1, shipping vaccine administration kits that contain things like syringes. Step 2 is shipping the vaccine. And step 3 is sending enough dry ice to sites that don't have the ability to keep the vaccine at the extreme sub-zero temperatures that are needed. Looking here in eastern Washington this evening, WSU will help with vaccine distribution efforts locally. During a town hall, officials said they have plenty of ultra-cold freezers to help store the vaccines.